Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records, talking about John Mellencamp. Is John Mellencamp an artist, or is he an asshole? So recent news on John, and I'm going to read kind of a quote here, a couple quotes. Evidently, he told a fan in Cleveland back in May to shut the F up because he was talking, or he'd cut the show short. He said, "Look, guys, if I wanted to play in this type of drunken environment, I'd play outside or I'd play in an arena." You know, he says he's chosen to play smaller arenas. He also says I could do a whole show of hits if I wanted to, but I don't. That's one reason I quit playing arenas and outdoors. It wasn't about music. It was about being a human jukebox. Again, does an artist have a right to tell a paying audience member to shut the F up and to be kind of mean in these cases, suggesting that you don't want to play your hits and you're choosing to play smaller arenas so that you can kind of dive deeper into your catalog. I've been to shows. I've seen John. I saw John probably the first time in 2001. It was an excellent show. He's a high energy performer and really kind of a born entertainer. I've seen guys like Ryan Adams yell at people when they get up to go to the bathroom. I've been to a J.D. Souther show where he's gotten up and just left because of a sound crew guy not doing his job properly. I've seen the Smashing Pumpkins in 1994 walk off the stage because they didn't feel like they were getting their just due by the audience that I was in. I've seen Keith Jarrett, famous piano player, snarl at people for sneezing. And John Mellencamp is an honorary person, but let's talk a little bit about the man himself and the artist himself. John went to college. John was a painter his whole life. In fact, after college, he drove to New York to apply for an art school. On his way there, he took a 3-song demo and dropped it off at a record company. Did his applying at the art college. By the time he got back to Indiana, driving back from New York, he had a phone call waiting for him that they wanted him back in New York, and they signed him to a record deal based off of 3 songs. He says that he didn't even own a guitar when he got that record deal. The first 10 songs that he wrote ended up on his record. Well, he's an artist, but what are you going to do when you're young, when you're 21 years old? Are you going to go to art school, or are you going to sign this record deal, make some money? The album comes out, he finds out that they want him to name him John Cougar, which they feel is more marketable. And, he's over a barrel. He says, well, shit, they got a record deal for me. They want to put my record out. Can I deal with this? He never really dealt with it, but he accepted it and he went on. A couple albums into his career, he goes, I think, by John Cougar Mellencamp, and then finally John Mellencamp. John says he's still waiting to write his best song. He does a great interview on Sammy Hagar's Rock and Roll Road Trip, and some of my quotes are kind of from that. He says he's still waiting to write his best song. He doesn't have an ego like that where he thinks, Small Town or Scarecrow or some of these songs are his best songs. He feels like it's still in the future for him. His best painting is still in the future for him. He says he's never wanted to be a monkey on a string where people are telling him what to do. And if you watch an interview with him, he is defiant in the fact that nobody's going to tell him what to do. He basically says, what are you going to do, take away my birthday? And when you have an attitude like that, you can tell everybody to F off. And you're going to do what you want to do. And you are going to play the songs that you want to play. He says he does not enjoy the reproduction of the creation. And it's never interested him. So it's never interested him to go out and sing that song live, even though he does it very well. It's about the creation. he says he does this, he does not enjoy that. He says he does it because he has to do it. He has to perform live, and it helps pay for his painting habit. He did not enjoy doing the big arenas back in the 80s. He says he would get nauseous. But again, he says, what are they going to do to you if you have the attitude that you can't take away my birthday? They can do nothing to you. Nobody's going to pressure him into doing what he wants. He wrote the song, I never wanted to be a pop singer, never wanted to write no pop songs, never wanted to hang out after the show. Are you biting the hand that feeds when you're telling your fans that you never wanted to do this thing? You never wanted to hang out and be nice. You want to get back to your studio and paint, maybe write a song, maybe have a family. Says he started out with nothing, He didn't have anything growing up. Said if he had a couple records and a couple guitars and a motorcycle, he was good to go. He wasn't asking for this. Just like kind of dropping those tapes off. Now, do you write the 3 demo songs and drop them off at a record company because you don't care? I would see you cared at some spot, but sounds like he was surprised when he got the deal. He also says that he has to act like he's enjoying the performance. He's acting like he's enjoying it. It's not natural to him. He understands that he has to play small town, whether he likes it or not. Again, he's more interested in creating something that he can be proud of, whether that's writing the next song that he does, painting a great painting. Check out his artwork. I think John Mellencamp is an artist. I think he's misunderstood. I think he's hard to get along with, and I think he could probably be mean. But he is a true artist, and he is doing what he wants to do, and his painting is amazing. It sounds like he has a couple of kids that can paint well as well. I don't like somebody telling a fan to F off. I think that's unprofessional. And I bet you he understands that too. You can't do that. Has he earned the right to do that? I don't know if he earned that right. I think he probably feels bad about it. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. John Mellencamp's had a great career. He's a fantastic painter. Check out my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content. We're approaching 500 folks, and this has been a fun exercise just in this one show, listening to some interviews and trying to understand where this man's coming from. And that's what my show is about in general. I don't know everything about music, and I'm learning too. And when we can learn in life, that's what's good about it. So peace out. See you later.